Yo, Guru, when are you gonna review the Banana Splits movie?
Man, you gotta see the Banana Splits movie. That shit is crazy.
Dude, what are you waiting for? See the Banana Splits movie.
Alright, I hear you loud and clear. Let's talk about the totally not the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, otherwise known as the Banana Splits movie. So yeah, a little background first. When I first heard they were taking the Banana Splits, that weird, almost Teletubbies-esque children's show from like the fucking 60s or 70s, and turning it into a horror movie in 2019, I was initially pretty goddamn excited. Not because I thought that would be any good, mind you, but because I thought that sounds like the makings of a glorious train wreck. And I love myself a good cinematic train wreck once in a while. But then they finally released the trailer, and the trailer really disappointed me. It looked like it was just gonna be a generic sci-fi original movie style horror movie with shitty acting, really low budget, and terrible effects, so I was like, I'm out. But then something really surprising happened. A whole bunch of people that I follow and that follow me started watching the movie and telling me that, hey dude, this movie? It's surprisingly good. You should see it, and you should vlog it. And when I first started seeing those comments, I was like, skepticism. But then due to the sheer volume of the comments I was receiving and the reviews that I was reading, I was like, alright, I should probably sit down and finally see this movie, and I should do it with an open mind. So then I finally did. I sat down all by my lonesome, I rented it on Amazon, and I finally watched the Banana Splits horror movie of 2019. What the fuck? And you know what? I actually did enjoy it. This movie is a lot of fun. It's dumb as shit. It's certainly not going to be on anyone's top 10 list at the end of the year, but it delivers on exactly what it promises. A slasher movie-like scenario, but with the Banana Splits. I mean, sure, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that doesn't make a lot of logical sense, like, for example, why the fuck are the Banana Splits robots in the first place? This would normally just be people in suits for a show like this, but whatever, it makes it more like Five Nights at Freddy's, so we're gonna do that. But really, stupid shit like that doesn't really bother me with a movie like this, because this movie knows exactly what it is, and it's not trying to be anything more than that. This movie is just a big dumb slasher movie that happens to have the Banana Splits as the slashers, and it works 100% as one of those. It's got some very likable leads and an extremely relatable story involving this mom and her two sons and the shitty father that she keeps making excuses for, but the sons can see is actually really shitty. And for me personally, that shit hit really close to home, so I was down with that story. And all the actors involved are doing a pretty good job with that dynamic. Like, it's not Oscar-worthy performances or anything, but they're getting the job done, and they're all likable when they're doing it. Well, with the exception of the father, who you just want to see die as fast as possible, and that's cool too. And speaking of dying, this movie is also gory as all fuck, and a majority of the gore, despite this movie's lack of budget, is actually practical, so that looked great. The movie's also very well paced and doesn't overstay its welcome with a nice lean 90-minute runtime. Which after watching It Chapter 2, I was looking for something nice and lean, so this was the perfect palate cleanser. And I just love the many variations of the Banana Split theme that you hear throughout this movie. Like, at one point you hear like a very sad version, at one point you hear a very suspenseful and scary version, and of course you hear the normal version many times throughout this movie in many different contexts. And I found out later that that theme was apparently done by one of the members of Fall Out Boy, because of course it was. What the fuck else would I have been thinking? Oh, why would I think anything else? Guys, don't get me wrong, this movie is dumb as fuck. It's not gonna blow your mind, it's not gonna rock your world, but you will have a good time with it if you're in the right mindset. Like drunk, or high, or maybe you're just down for something really stupid, or you got a lot of friends over and you want something that you can both enjoy and laugh at, then the Banana Splits movie is the perfect movie for you. Not that I, the horror guru, am promoting anything untoward, but it might enhance this movie, so keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, my fellow Gorehounds, if you're looking for an extremely stupid movie to satisfy your so bad it's good itch for 2019, and if you're looking for a movie that kind of harkens back to the really dumb slaughter movies of like the slashers in the 80s, then you should absolutely check out the Banana Splits movie. Which I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but I am recommending the Banana Splits R-rated horror movie from 2019, so just go see it. Like, I don't know what else you want from me. This is a movie that exists and is actually pretty good, and ow, it kind of hurts to say that, but it hurts in a good way. And with that said, I'll include some sort of Amazon affiliate link in the description below, and if you click that link and buy or rent the movie with that link, I will get a kickback from it. And yeah, there is no animals that die in this movie, so don't worry about that, unless you count, puppet animals. Electronic, robotic, puppet, banana split animals. They get hurt a lot. And with all that said, let us finally move on to the spoilers. Anyway, so the basic premise of this movie is you have this little kid who apparently is the biggest Banana Splits fan in 2019. Just roll with it. Just go with it. It's dumb, but roll with it. I mean, if I had to roll with it, so will you. And so naturally, his mom has bought him and his family tickets for his birthday to go to one of the recordings of one of the Banana Splits episodes, which is apparently still on the air and still relatively popular in 2019. I don't fucking know, just go with it, alright? I got nothing. But it turns out when they get there, this is actually the final episode of the Banana Splits, and as a result of this, the robots that play the Banana Splits are malfunctioning and start killing people because the show must go on. How the fuck is the show supposed to go on if they just kill everyone involved with it? I don't fucking know. Just roll with it, god damn it! How many times do I have to say that? And honestly, from that point on, there's not much for me to spoil. Most of this movie is just a straightforward people being stalked and killed one by the Banana Splits. There's some really cool, gory moments, like this one point, one of my favorite kills, in which this guy, he proposes to his girlfriend on one of the sets for the Banana Splits because they're apparently Banana Splits fanatics. And then one of the Banana Splits, like, saws him in half like a magic trick. And she, like, goes crazy as a result of this. And then puts on, like, the new Banana Split sister costume. And then becomes one of them and starts killing people herself. And all right, okay, maybe that part is not by the numbers and that part kind of just comes out of fucking nowhere, but it was my favorite subplot in this goddamn movie because it was crazy. So you had that subplot, which is really fun, dumb, and stupid, and I loved it, but then you also had this other subplot, which I also enjoyed, in which the little kid, he has the one Banana Split that is his favorite one, and it's the elephant one, and he befriends this elephant one to the point where the elephant one not only helps him escape as the movie goes on, he also fights one of the other Banana Splits in like a person-sized kaiju battle that is fucking glorious. And if you just want an idea of how stupid this movie can get, there's a point in which the robot, the fucking robot tiger, I think it is, rips out the heart of the robot fucking elephant. Like, fucking heart. Like, a mechanical heart that's spurting white blood. Like, why the fuck would this thing need a heart? It's a fucking machine, but whatever. Whatever. Just, goddamn it, roll with the goddamn movie already. And just, I don't even know what to say, guys. I can't, like, analyze this movie on, like, a high intellectual level, because that's not the kind of movie this is. This is the kind of movie where you just throw it on and say, fuck it. Let's watch the Banana Splits movie because I want to get goddamn wasted. This movie's like sour cream and onion potato chips. Obviously so bad for you, but so goddamn good. I also really liked the mad scientist mechanic guy that created the Banana Splits and his like fatherly protection of them throughout the movie. Like there's points in which people get the upper hand on the Banana Splits and actually manage to hurt them. And he's like screaming like, no, leave them alone. Don't hurt them. And as dumb as that entire dynamic was, like there's a part of it that actually did pull my heartstring a little bit because, hey, to him, these are his children. So of course he cares. And as cheesy as the writing is around the family with the whole like, hey, you know, before our other dad died, you used to be fucking fearless, Mom. What the hell happened? And then of course the whole situation turning her into a fucking survivalist badass who kicks the shit out of the banana splits. That shit isn't written very well. It is very much like all the subtext is spoken out loud, so there isn't really anything under the surface other than what is just plainly stated, but the actors are all endearing enough that it works, and on top of that, it's just kind of fun and satisfying to watch her rise to the occasion and to kick the shit out of these stupid fucking people that are clearly in just like fursuits, but we're supposed to believe are robots. Though there are points in which they do like a Terminator thing and they have like parts of like their fur broken open to reveal like robot eyes and shit, and that stuff looked fucking great. There are multiple times where I was sitting there watching the movie and just going in my head, dun 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 dun. That's not to say this movie is anywhere near as good as The Terminator, just saying that it made me think of it in a positive way. Yeah, I legit don't know what more to say. This movie is what it is. It's the banana splits slasher horror movie from 2019. I can't stress that enough. This movie fucking exists right now. And, it's actually pretty fun. Like if you like dumb movies like The Big Ass Spider, then this movie is totally up your alley. With that said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. And I'll include my Patreon in the description below as well. And if you decide to go the Patreon route, know that even $1 a month can go a long way. And with that said, I'm gonna go, wash my brain from all the crud it's gained from watching this stupid fucking movie. And, see if I can stimulate it on an intellectual level for a change. Because I definitely got my dumb fun quota for the week. And what fun it was. Peace out, my fellow gorehounds, and I'll catch y'all later.